So what's up? This is the second part of the video. The video stopped for some reason, but this is basically the Tilton outlets over here. There's been massive helicopter activity. There's a state police behind that. Behind that plaza, there was a state police helicopter that landed in that police station back there the other day. And all around here in these skies lately, you see just massive helicopter activity, Blackhawks doing operations and stuff like that. And if you look online, it says, oh, it's normal, this is the time of year they do it, but I've lived here for a long time and I've never seen this much activity in the skies before. And it makes you kind of wonder if they don't know that something's coming like soon, maybe in September. It's usually when bad things happen. I mean, Trump has troops going into the different major cities all of a sudden to stop crime, which we do need to stop the crime, but he does it all of a sudden, and then right after that there's a school shooting. So you put the soldiers in the major cities and then you take the guns away from the people. And I asked online, like, what would be the reason? I asked this like 5 or 6 years ago, when Trump was first president. I was like, I actually asked it again recently when he became president again too, because I was like, why is this happening this way? And it's like, there's certain things that Obama would not get away with as president, because he even spoke about running a third term, and he said people would want him to run a third term. There's a golf course over here, it's pretty nice. And the reason that Trump is in office, and I said this, that head witch that runs like the satanic practices for John Podesta, Hillary Clinton, Jay-Z, all these people, she made her own wailing wall out of crystals, a black wall with crystals coming out of it in Ukraine as an art piece, supposedly. And as we all know, crystals are used for witchcraft all the time. And she does like weird things where she basically like anoints her forehead with like blood and all this weird crap. And she's the one that said that Trump is a master magician and he's gonna wake people up to certain things. And that, in my opinion, is what is happening right now with him putting the troops in the cities. It's gonna be this thing where he implements artificial intelligence and links it into Neuralink as an option if you don't want to like live in the society that's coming pretty soon. And you could say that's crazy, right? You could say that's totally crazy, but he just said that he wants to be the superpower for AI. But in reality, in actual reality, most things are run by finances. And the United States government, its finances and everything is corrupt. And they just form the BRICS nation thing where basically Russia, China, Brazil, all these other countries are starting to trade without America. And when that happens, and then you put tariffs on, if you think about the population alone, the average American household alone, they cannot afford to keep up with what's happening in the financial district right now. So we have 300 million people right now, and Trump is saying that if you want to provide goods and services to those 300 million people when there's billions of people on all these other countries, then you have to pay a tariff. What's to stop them from just going around all that in the first place? Is the Lake Estate on Winnisquam. This is the largest hotel that just got built, that was made by painted by progressive painters on Lake Winnisquam. It's like $100 million hotel. And this over here on the left is the company that I work for that just cleared all this land. And if you see that house right there, that's what I did last night. Those two garage doors, the front door, and all of the inside of that entire property, like the floors, the walls, the ceilings, everything, the kitchen, I did the entire thing. And I think I posted a video of it before on my channel, but yeah, I renovated that whole house, did the siding, I just painted the roof green, it was red before, painted the garage doors, front door, side door. If there's like a square inch of that place, I've renovated it. Just so you guys know what I do for work. Who cares? I'm just saying. And sorry, I was trying to let you guys see the lake through the trees right there, but if something, God forbid, I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone, but if something were to happen to Trump, which they sort of kind of let you know that there's bad actors out there that want to do something bad to Trump, if something did happen to him, where would we be? We would be in a civil war. We're there now. There are car lots all over the country that are full. There are repossession lots all over the country that are full. It's a gimmick and a game that they're playing against the American people, because in order for the New World Order to begin, America has to fall. It's prophesied to fall in the Bible. And the Bible has never said one prophecy that did not come true. Never. America is Mystery Babylon. We have all the same practices here in America. One of the largest Catholic bases in the world, where there's a Catholic church in every city, basically funneling money to the main ones in the cities. All Catholic churches own more real estate than like any entity you can imagine. Sorry, here's another view of the lake. There's a sandbar over there on that side, and here's the other side over here. But the Catholic Church owns real estate everywhere. That's why they're too big, basically, to fail. And remember I told you about Ashtaroth, the Queen of Heaven. We are still, people in this country are bowing down to statues of Mary, still worshiping Ashtaroth, which is the fallen angel that was the city named after Og of Bashan from the early on in the Old Testament. That's what we're still dealing with. And in order for Babylon to fall, something major has to happen. Super major has to happen. Which would be either an economic collapse where Wall Street falls, because all the different financial districts in the world are based off of Wall Street and its stocks and all that stuff. And if that doesn't happen, then it would have to be some type of military attack. And it will be a coordinated effort, because Xi Jinping, Bush, and Putin were all at the summits together wearing the Star Trek pajamas, where they're like the UN summits or whatever, where they're talking about how they're going to bring in the new dawn, the new age, the new world run by AI, and all of us, you know, people like Obama said that are too small and finite to make up our own decisions, need a governing power to make our decisions for us. And let's have the red wedding now, which is to murder all the people that are stuck inside the wedding chamber, which is a biblical thing, because Jesus is the one that created the wedding chamber in the first place, which is a spiritual thing. And so Obama is left and right saying spiritual maxims that people just do not realize what he's talking about. And when he says, yes, we can, he's saying, hail Satan, and all these other things that people just don't see. And he's still a political power. He's young enough that and popular enough that he can still, you know, do things that affect our daily life. Trust me. And he has FEMA camps set up. He has 30,000 guillotines that did not go away. They're just in storage. The local Tilton Walmart has storage containers outside of it where they say they're doing a renovation all of a sudden that's never happened before. And all of a sudden I was in the knife section buying knives that are on discount the other day, and all of a sudden my body heated up to the point where I thought I was going to pass out on the floor, and I've never felt like that before. And I think there's something underground that's causing like a very large heat signature underneath the gun cabinet area in the back of Walmart, and they have all these containers filled with stuff, and they're not really moving anything into the stores very quickly. They're moving a few things around, shuffling a few shelves around, and nothing major's really changed. So I would venture to guess that they're gonna, with Trump moving the troops in, the different changes happening at Walmarts and all that, is that they're getting ready for the collapse to happen. And As soon as that happens, Walmarts are going to be turned into FEMA centers where people have to come and bow down before a hologram of Obama to get the RFID chip and pledge their allegiance to AI, or else they're going to get their head chopped off. And you might say that's nuts, but I dreamed this 10 years ago when my house burned down, and recently I dreamed that I'm in the house just like the house I'm in, and all of a sudden we're attacked and you have to run for your life, basically. And there's a song that came out that says in 2025 there's going to be a great divide, and I believe that's going to be a great divide about either you have to choose technology in that life, or you have to choose a life of farming and barter and trade and no technology. And just like in Sodom and Gomorrah, you just have to flee and turn your back on that life and get away from it, or it'll consume you and you cannot, and then you won't be able to escape it. And another person had a dream that there was a person that took the microchip and then it showed them flipping out, and they were trying to find Christians so that they could get saved, but it was too late for them. They didn't realize it was too late, so they're running around and their thoughts are only to find Christians to save them. And somebody in a lab with like TVs and stuff could see the person's thoughts because of AI being linked to their brain, and they hit a button and it killed the person. It blew their head right clean off because they were trying to find Christians, and that's not allowed when you worship the beast in the system. And you might say that is crazy, but everything that I'm saying right now is literally in movies that they have put out for this very purpose. They want to do this. They've been wanting to do this for a long, long, long time. Very long time. And if you think that they don't have the capability to do this, then you're not really watching like the videos out there that talk about how AI is it's getting so powerful so fast. And in my opinion, it's directly linked to CERN. We got the internet from CERN. People don't realize that. Like the internet that we have right now, www, which is 666 in Hebrew, www.com, everything is that. Everything. The address for it is that. So the very address for that stuff is the devil's number, basically. Like, it comes from CERN, the bottomless pit. Shiva's statue is above it. Remember I talked about statues, the worship of demons and all that stuff? That's what we're talking about right now. So I'm going to do a part 3. Give me a pause for a minute and I'll come back.